Our second guest speaker of the day, now going to be introduced, it's Emily Carpenter. Starting in October 2019, following her graduation, Emily volunteered in a local Lebanese organization called Salam, seeking to support vulnerable populations in the country. During her time in Lebanon, she became involved in multiple educational projects with informal refugee settlements, specifically focusing on Syrian refugees who were largely left out of the Lebanese education system. With the onset of the global pandemic, humanitarian assistance has seen a huge challenge. However, Salam continued. It was during the coronavirus that she became involved in the Free Shop Lebanon project, which seeks to provide clothes with dignity to vulnerable populations in Lebanon. Emily's commitment to help those who are vulnerable, even before COVID-19, is a real testament of character and is why she joins us here today as an impact leader in her own right. Emily, welcome to the Impact 17+1 family.
Hi.
Emily, hi, Emily. I would now absolutely love to have you on. The virtual stage is yours.
Hello, everybody. Let me just get this PowerPoint together. Thank you very much for having me here today. And Farah and Paul, how inspiring were your speeches? Honestly, particularly in this pandemic, as Errol said, music and exercise has really kept my mental space in a good place. So thank you for that. In my current job search, and when I came back from my travels, a lot of people asked me, why would I try to pursue a career in a field of work which can be financially unstable, physically challenging, and mentally exhausting? And my answer always comes back to my desire to use my privilege for having a positive impact. So this stems in the fact that from a young age, I've been aware that there is something called the lottery of birth. The lottery of birth is the fact that nobody gets to choose what circumstances they're born into. So these are the family situation, the financial situation, what country you were born into. All these circumstances are down to chance. They are going to heavily influence the way people treat us and our chances in life. As you can see here, I wanted to illustrate the sort of lottery of birth where there's a photo of me on my birthday and a photo of kids that I know in informal refugee settlements in Lebanon. And I think the image speaks for itself. Unfortunately, there isn't anything we can do to change this lottery of birth. However, there is something we can do to change the privilege that we have been given to have a positive impact. For me, it has always been that I felt a sense of responsibility with my privilege to use it to support people who don't have the same circumstances that I do. So this is, I would say, the core factor to why I decided to pursue a career in humanitarian work and to go to Lebanon in 2019. So if we go back now to the theme of today's talk, which is Youth for Impact, I'm aware that impact can sometimes feel like an overwhelming word, particularly in the humanitarian field, where the problems are so big. How could the actions, the things done by a single individual have any impact at all? How could it make a difference? But this is what I've realized. Impact isn't limited to world peace or total equality for all. For me, impact begins when individuals decide to take action to make the world a better place. Last Christmas, my friend and I pooled our Christmas money together to buy rain jackets and rain boots for the little 3-year-old kids that came into our classroom barefoot in the middle of winter. So it's obvious that this did not solve the issue that there are thousands of children in Lebanon, in informal refugee settlements, who go cold and around the world. But what it did do is it had a positive impact on their quality of life, the quality of life of those kids at that time. And that was impact, and it was meaningful. Also, I've realized that impact necessarily as immediate and quantifiable as in the example I just used. Sometimes impact means planting the seeds of a tree that you may not see bloom. I always felt this when I would go into these classrooms, these makeshift classrooms, and teach kids English, math, French. We don't know what impact we're having on those children, but I know there is one, but I have yet to see it, and I look forward to see it. All this to say that, for me, impact isn't a hallelujah change of the world like this. For me, impact begins when individuals like me and you decide to use our privilege to make a difference and to take action, however small it may seem. And I'll add to complete this that impact is never one-sided. I have come back from my experiences in my work profoundly impacted by the experiences and the people I've met who have taught me lessons in generosity, humanity, and resilience, among others. So I hope this has been informative, and I look forward to seeing the impact that I'm sure everybody here will have had. Thank you very much.